Okay, cool.
Streaming live every other Wednesday, my dude. This is Chillcast.
Certified hood classic.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 10 hottest Sonic babes in Sonic history. We're going to be counting down the hottest babes from every Sonic game and the Archie comics. Have you seen that video? It's a real video.
Yeah.
It's
So here we go.
Here we go. Oh yeah, Donkey watched it. I remember that.
And like he started like losing his shit because Donkey tried to stay in character. And then he's like, yeah, man, and she's shaped like a mom.
Oh
and
yeah.
like,
he says that like 3 or 4 different times in the videos. Like, not only does she look like a mother.
what does that even mean? What do you take from that?
I like the part where at the beginning he's like, go grab some orange juice, and he like leaves for 3 minutes to go get orange juice and comes back. He's like, okay, I got my orange juice.
I got my orange juice.
I got my orange juice. And then his wife walks in and he's like, I'm looking at hot Sonic characters. She's hot.
I think she blocks his eyes.
Yeah, at some point she blocks his eyes. He's just sitting there and he's just saying, she's hot.
I love Donkey.
Donkey's a cringe lord.
Oh! So you don't like Donkey, or
no? Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Most of the time, he's okay.
I like Donkey all the time.
I liked his recent video on Guilty Gear Strive. I didn't know he was such a fan of fighting games. He had a lot of things to say. It was a good video.
It was cool that played with Charlie.
You know who else is a fan?
That was
of
cool.
Charlie? Wait, not Charlie. You know who else is a fan of fighting games?
My mom.
Chillcast, guys. Everybody, welcome to Chillcast.
Welcome to Fighting Game Talk, episode like 20 at this point.
No, we're not gonna be doing fight. Well, there is like
we have like a small amount of things to talk about, but nothing. We have some big fucking fish to fry in this episode because we have some crazy shit that's happened in the past week or 2.
3 weeks.
3 weeks? No, it hasn't been 3 weeks, has it? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Whoa, man, it sounds steamy.
It's motherfucking the legend of the internet, the internet's most notorious, most captivating, most documented person, maybe in history. Who fucking knows? We're talking about goddamn Chrischan. The fucking scum of the earth.
Before we continue,
yeah,
are you aware of Chrischan's pronouns? We are not going to fuck him up on this podcast.
Okay,
yes,
so that's like a whole fucking debate though, because I of course respect the trans community, of course, but I do not think Chris is trans. I think Chris is a crazy person.
I think the whack part about all that. I think the whack part about all of that is like the attention it garnered from like the media.
Oh my god, that's a whole nother thing we can talk about because that's fucking crazy.
A majority of those are phobes, but I think we could just refer to Chrischan as they. And
we'll make everyone happy and we'll refer to Chrischan as they. I might slip up and say he every once in a while, but
it's neither here or there.
Much respect to the trans community, but no respect to Chrischan. Chrischan's literally just a crazy psychopath person who wants to have sex with lesbians. That's the only reason they do that.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my god. If you don't know who Chrischan is and you want to just like take a day and just like go down the deepest rabbit hole you could possibly find, go look up who Chrischan is, because that person is fucked up.
It's like, give us a footnote. Give us like a synopsis on who Chrischan is.
Why do you want me to do this shit? I'm like the worst at explaining it.
That's exactly why I picked you.
Oh, eat my scrot.
Eat my scrot.
Who's Chrischan?
Essentially, well, I mean, pretty much what we already described about Chrischan is all you need to know.
Well, what is he famous for?
Getting trolled on the internet and Sonichu.
Yes, he's the creator of Sonichu, the electric hedgehog Pokemon.
Pretty good.
The original character that is not at all in any sort of copyright infringement.
I wish we got like Spaz Kid to like come on the podcast and just talk about like Chrischan with us.
That guy fucking loves talking about Chrischan.
Spaz Kid like knows everything about Chrischan.
Well, he made the animated series. You know, he was there while it was going on. You know, like that was during the big section of Chrischan. You know,
look, I'm just waiting for the dimensional merge, and when that happens,
it's happening right now.
It's already happening.
Chrischan said it's happening right now.
Right now?
He said it as he was being brought into custody by the police. He said the dimensional merge is happening right now. There's a video. Someone was there videotaping when he got arrested. I guess we should start. We should start from the beginning. Like I said, man, they're the most documented person on the internet. So fucking Chrischan, if you don't know, he's the esteemed creator of Sonichu. Classically has been trolled all of their lives. Just in multitude of ways, mostly just fake girlfriends or people pretending to be him, and they get really upset about it. Came out as trans at some point, again as a ploy to have sex with women. I think that's their only goal in life, is to have sex with women. Like literally, that's all they ever fucking talk about. Made several songs like "So Need a Cute Girl," you know, all the classics. Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with rage. Tell me why.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's fucking. Yes. Dude, he has like a whole album of songs like that. I so need a cute girl my age. Tell me why. He's on a love quest, as he calls it, to find a boyfriend-free girl, and he's been striking out. And the only reason he lost his virginity at the time before he transitioned was he paid a prostitute to have sex with him. And then he transitioned and said he was a lesbian woman, but he was going to keep his male genitalia that he was born with in case any other women wanted to have sex with him. So basically he was like, well, now I can have sex with all the girls, whether or not they're attracted to men or not.
I think the one thing that really got me was his piercing.
Oh, on his unclit.
That's the one thing that like really fucked me up about Chrischan.
It's fucking nasty. Well, he has a.
Wait, you guys see the picture? What's wrong with y'all?
No, I haven't seen the picture.
Bro.
I haven't seen the picture. It's fucking nasty. I heard the stories though. It's fucking nasty. He listened to binaural beats to grow a vagina.
I could have sworn we saw a picture with like Ben at one day.
Dude, I think if I have seen it, my mind just like completely like blocked it out, so I'll never have to experience it ever again, because I imagine it to be extremely nasty. But recently, Chris is back in the fucking news, probably for the most heinous thing he's ever done, which is saying a lot, because Chris has burned his own house down, maced a GameStop employee, hit someone with his car. You know, he's been through the ringer. He's harassed women on several occasions.
How did this news story come about? Like, obviously it didn't come out of nowhere. How did they
my god.
exposed?
So Chris is notorious for being like the most trolled person ever. You know, everyone's always fucking with him. Purely their own fault, because they're always giving away their phone number and their address and everything personal, and is very easily goable. So there have been a group of people who have pitied them, they call themselves the White Knights. They went by different names, but they call themselves the White Knights right now. And they basically just like watch over Chris, and they're the closest thing to real friends he has. They have like movie nights and hang out with him on Discord and shit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And the main person who watches out for him, his name is Noel. And conveniently, before all this shit took place, there was like a big schism going on with the White Knights, so they weren't able to like keep a close eye on what was going on. But Chris was talking to Noel, and Chris was saying, hey, I wanted to let you know before I let anyone else know that I have been seeing someone, which is really rare for Chrischan. He's only had like one real girlfriend, and he couldn't keep her because he kept talking to Doopy Doo over on Twitter. So he was bragging that he was seeing an older woman and someone who he described as quote unquote above 50, older than 50. So not saying they were 50, saying they were older than 50. And then described some of their personal things. And it turns out the older woman he was seeing and having sex with was his own mother. And he didn't want to admit that, but he wanted to call someone and call Noel up so he could brag about that he's having sex, but he didn't mention all of the things because they're a fucking piece of shit and a terrible person.
Oh my.
And the reason all of this came out is because there was apparently some other person who's also just as fucked up somehow. I don't even know how, but they're just as fucked up.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah, the girl. What's her
girl.
fucking name? It's not Fiona, it's the other one.
Blue Spike?
No, not Blue Spike. And the one currently, fuck, I don't remember her
Give me a
fucking name.
second. I feel like
pull it up. But apparently this person's just as fucked up, and they were apparently going to like blackmail Chrischan with some shit. But in normal Chrischan fashion, the truth is much worse than anything you could ever make up about Chrischan, and she got him to admit that she's been.
Her name is Bella.
Bella, yes, she got Chris to admit that she's been having sex with her mother for about a week, and her mother is not only 80 years old, but definitely has dementia and is probably not lucid. And so
Bella microwaves like hamsters.
Yeah,
and
Bella's
shit.
Bella's a really fucked up person who like just like tortures animals and like shits
What is
on
it?
the floor.
She also like gave her cat laxatives, made it shit everywhere, and like just absolutely tortured it. And like wasn't there also a thing where like they said that like this person got off from like sniffing farts?
Yeah, this person's really fucked up. Like you shouldn't praise Bella at all.
Or like what?
I don't know, because Christian's pretty fucking gross too. But
Christian hasn't like killed animals, right?
I think no. But this woman's like definitely like a sociopath. But Christian,
they're made for each other.
They're perfect for each other, obviously. No,
and then Christian like leaked her stuff, right?
No, I think she put out the audio call where Chris admitted to what he was doing, and then also put out a text format that she also texted him. So he admitted guilt, not only audio but also in text, and then also mentioned it to Noel at the time. And so he got in trouble. Everyone and their mother reported Chrischan to his local authorities. They got like several hundred calls about this, and they did a wellness check.
What's the case though? Like, was he getting arrested for?
So he wasn't arrested at the time that this first happened. What happened was they did a wellness check, and during the wellness check, they had to get Chris and his mom out of the house. They took his mom to the hospital for a rape kit to see what was going on. And Chris had to vacate the house so they could also check the house. Also, Chris's family is massive hoarders, so the house wasn't in good condition, which also probably led to them not being able to be in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Chris had nowhere to stay. He was going to go stay with relatives, but they found out what happened, and they basically just like told him to fuck off, and he's a terrible person. So the White Knights were going to do something nice for him. There was a brony convention coming up, and they were saving money for him to go because they were all going to go and protect him, because he's always being fucked with. And also there's apparently some person
saving money for him to go. Isn't he like a fucking like thousandaire? Like
no, he's poor as shit, dude. He's always begging for
poor?
Money. He's poor as fuck.
He famous?
Yeah, dude, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't sell anything. He can barely make. He has like a bunch of money he made.
Are you telling me he has no Sonic Shoe shirts at all?
Dude, no. Oh, you know what's funny is like, so he has a Patreon to make pages for Sonichu. There's literally a counter on the Wikipedia of how many days have gone past since he's released a page of paid obligations. It's been like 500 days.
Oh,
like he's not
donating.
No, I don't think people are donating anymore. But he gets like no money. He gets money off the government. That's usually what he does. And his mom gets a check, I believe, for disability, which we'll get into later as well. And
another thing,
yeah,
is that that girl that leaked everything, she also has like her father's like in the military and her mom's like a Secret Service agent.
What?
That's the thing that I heard, that like
wow, man, the fucking
like that description about her and stuff is that like she has a good chance of getting off scot-free just because her
Oh yeah,
father's
well
in
I
the
heard she
military
was
and her
rich,
mom's a
but I
Secret
didn't know
Service
that
agent.
was that's fucked up. There's been a lot of rumors going around about that chick. I think that one's true because I've been hearing that. Some people were thinking that she was using a voice changer in the call, but I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people were just spreading rumors and seeing what stuck. But with Chris, yeah, he's like dirt poor. He's always constantly begging for money, and
Did not know that.
Yeah, no, he's been begging for money for like the past 5 years probably. But they were gonna send him to BronyCon with that money, but he got arrested and he didn't get arrested yet, but he didn't have anywhere to go, so they were going to send him money to get a hotel and everything, but then they noticed all of a sudden that Chris got money. He got $700, and they could see this because they watch his emails, so they can take care of him and filter out troll emails. And they saw he got an email, and it was a bank statement that his mom transferred him $700. But his mom couldn't have transferred him money because she's in the hospital, and legally he wasn't allowed to make any sort of contact with his mom, so he broke the law, and he's basically stealing money from his mom's bank account. And he's been doing this for months. So he stole $700 from his mom's bank account and got a hotel room. And I think he also went to the mall and spent the rest of the money.
I think it was like on Legos, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was confirmed exactly what it was, but with his track history, it was probably Transformers or Legos. He was also like $200 in the red. So some of the $700 went into paying that off as well. And then he got arrested, and the arrest was for incest. So I don't know what the report came back on his mom, but they did arrest him at the hotel for incest.
I don't think he's gonna stay in jail.
No, I think he's probably going to go to a institution. But someone was live streaming like outside of the hotel room because they found him, of course. Because they're fucking crazy people. And some guy was live streaming, and he happened to be live streaming when he got arrested. And he was like talking to him, and he was like, "Chris, what's going on, man? How do you feel?" He's like, "I'm feeling really good. I talked to my husband, Magichan. He's married to he's in a polygamous relationship with some of the cartoon characters he's made, and also the Pokemon Mewtwo. It's all in his head, of course. He's fucking crazy." And he was like, I've talked it over with Magichan and Mewtwo, and I think everything is going to be okay, and the dimensional merge is happening right now. And then the cops had to frisk him, and they frisked his boobs, and he was like, that felt really good! Oh, yeah. And the cops looked very annoyed, of course. And
and then didn't the court trial was also a little shaky because he threw a tantrum?
It was bad. Yeah, they put him in to set bail, and he didn't get bail, surprisingly, because apparently the big disappointment in all of this is that the state court or the city court does not allow any recording devices, whether that be audio or video, and they confiscate phones in the courtroom, which is really upsetting because I would have loved to see some of this shit happen. But what we do have is the stenographer, like the person recording it, and apparently Chris many times interrupted the judge saying that she was famous on the internet, and then she was like, "I want my stuff back. I will not do anything in this court until I get my things back." And he was like stomping his feet on the ground, throwing a tantrum and everything.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and then anytime the judge was like reading the law, like how it's written, the law like just uses he as a general term, and anytime he used he, Chris would correct him and say she. It's like, I'm not referring to you, I'm referring to the law as it's written. And whenever Chris got arrested, they did refer to him as a she, but they have changed that since then to refer to him as a he, probably because they did not want them to go to a female prison, because that probably was not a great idea for Chris to go to a female prison.
All right, so 20 minutes of Chrischan is all I can take.
Yeah. But the biggest, funniest thing to come out of all this is now everyone in the mainstream media is talking about Chrischan. Fucking Tucker Carlson was talking about Chrischan.
So which one do you think is like
blowing
the
it out of
biggest
proportion as always?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one do
he
you think is the
somehow.
biggest flop? Like Chrischan or EDP?
Ooh, I mean, Christian's been a downhill
Ooh.
spiral for a while. I think people actually
But like
respected
this is
EDP.
like lowest of the low, like fucking your mom. I mean, like I would like to assume
The worst
that,
part
like,
about Christian
EDP
is
didn't like
What's
fuck anybody.
worse, fucking your mom or a minor? That's essentially what you're saying.
yeah, that's
EDP
essentially what you're saying. They're both
hasn't-
really bad.
EDP has not had sex with any like minor yet. Is what I'm getting at.
I know, but
He
it's still
wanted
fucking
to have
gross.
sex with a minor.
I guess Christian's is worse. I don't know because he actually did it like multiple times, and that's pretty fucked up. And not only that,
Yeah.
but like there's been, I mean, he's the most documented motherfucker in the world. There's been several times where he's like mentioning this happening or like the possibility of this happening, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna do it though."
Well, he sure did do the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Christian. I guess in a way the story's over. I mean, if they go to jail, what's gonna happen? You know,
That's it.
there's no more antics. I mean, everyone was just like waiting for them to just die on the street or something because they just never go to the doctor. They're definitely having seizures and don't know it. And they're definitely completely out of their fucking mind. There was last year.
If Chrischan dies, do you think people would care? Is what the question is.
I don't know. I don't even know if.
Do you think they'll feel bad? Do you think they'll be like, "Oh man, if only they would have gotten some help and stuff like that"? When like you can literally help them now.
You can't.
There's
You can't
definitely
help
going to be a lot of sympathizers, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are just gonna like meme it to shit and
Of course.
just like how everybody
like, this
does.
is something that can't be helped. Like this is a person that obviously doesn't want help. So like,
No, they can't. They can't. I mean, like for the past 5 years or so, people have been genuinely trying to help Christian, and he's too far gone. He's been far gone forever. Like there's no way to help Christian.
It just also sucks because like he's had it offered to him so many fucking times and he never really takes it, or
No.
he just kind of abuses it in a way.
Yeah, like people set up all these opportunities for him to like make money or to do something good with his life, and he's had like a real girlfriend once or twice, and he ruins it every single time.
well, let's segue somehow. Let's
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's basically like 2 weeks of news condensed into 20 minutes, so I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, figure out how to segue into the next topic.
What else are we fucking talking-
Speaking of weird alien stuff, Goldick Lewis.
Gold Dick Lewison.
Yeah, everybody calls him Goldick Lewis.
I think it's funny. Yeah, he's the newest Guilty Gear character. The first DLC coming out like a month after the game came out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Before you
good.
say anything, D-Dub, how's the segue?
I,
give a rating, a number rating.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah. All right,
Hell
continue.
yeah. So yeah, newest DLC for Guilty Gear is Gold Dick Lewison, or his name is Gold Lewis Dickinson, and he's a big motherfucking boy from Texas. He's got a goddamn coffin on a chain with an alien on it. That's his weapon. And he hits like a fucking truck, and he's slow as fuck.
Yeah, I've seen the fucking Axel matchup. That shit looks
it's bad.
atrocious.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing about this character is like if he's close to you and he can start hitting, like you're probably gonna die. But he just has a terrible time getting in, and he's slow as fuck, and he's huge, and he has no fast moves like whatsoever. His jab is like one of the slowest in the game. He has like nothing, but also he can like just like berserker whatever like a million times and kill you like instantly. So he's a mixed bag. I think most people are putting him low tier right now, but I mean it's still a little too early to say. Plus, they just announced they're going to balance the game next month.
Does it need it?
Well, who do you think is gonna get nerfed? I think a lot of people kind of do.
Actually,
in a
what they
sense.
said in their newest developer backyard that they were going to focus more on making weak characters better and making moves. It's mostly Faust and Anji probably, and also making moves that aren't used a lot or don't have a lot of uses better. So maybe that's like Axel time stop. Maybe that's a couple other different moves. But they said that the extremely, I forget how they worded it exactly, but basically they said the extremely powerful characters, they were going to tone them down a bit. So that's probably Soul and maybe Ramethal, maybe May, who knows. But definitely Soul. I think that's what they were saying. But they're going to do one, I think it was in October, they're going to do one patch, and that's probably going to be after the second DLC, which is coming out in October. It's going to be a returning character. And then they're going to do another patch at the end of the year to kind of like spruce it up to see how this patch goes. Overall, it sounds like a good plan.
Want?
Who?
I want Slayer.
Yeah, I want Venom. I think Venom would be really fun. I think it's going to be Jacko. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Jacko, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him, Venom.
It's gonna be Eminem in blackface. That's gonna be the new DLC.
Hey, you can't. Come on.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. No. Yeah, but that's Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is still fucking going strong. I think they like sold. They reached a milestone like a couple weeks ago in sales. Like it's doing super fucking good.
Pretty good.
Critical's playing it. Moist Critical.
Yeah.
Did you see Evo for it?
Oh no, that was this past weekend, right?
I haven't seen. Wait, is Evo like right now? Like, is it going?
It was only online. It was Evo online.
Yeah, like no one fucking knew about it.
Everybody was asleep, bro. It was not something you would have like been too excited to see.
Yeah.
But I will like tell you. Do you care if I tell you who won?
No.
Because you're probably gonna hate it.
Who won?
Leffen.
Oh, who's he playing? Chip?
I think either Chip or Milia.
Because he used to play Milia, and then I saw him recently playing Chip. He won Evo online.
It's still going.
Yep.
Like Evo ends on the 14th.
Yeah, but is Guilty Gear over?
I think Guilty Gear's over, yeah, because he won.
No, it's August 14th to the 15th.
There's something about him winning or something. I saw on Twitter that people were congratulating him.
Yeah, there's no way he could be fucking like Deb's Soul. Deb's Soul would destroy it.
Let me see.
Yeah. Get some fact check it in here. We're on your shit, D-Dub.
Hey, Marty, can you bring up the fact check, please?
Jamie, can you bring up a funny video of a monkey on a tricycle, please?
Yo, put that on screen right now, Jamie.
Put that on
please.
screen. Hey, you're gonna watch this, man. You gotta watch it. You know what? Joe Rogan recently had someone like who escaped North Korea on his podcast talking about how depressing and sad life in North Korea is, and all I can think about was like, yeah, that's cool. Have you ever done DMT?
Oh my god, I love that. I love
it. Alright, I got the tweet. I'm gonna post it.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Let me take a fucking gander at this. We engage
in
a mild form of tomfoolery. Yeah, I see that. Finals. I mean, this says finals right here. It looks like Big Left on top. I don't know any of these people. Did like no one compete that like plays this game?
No one compete. I like that.
It might have just been like a Europe thing.
Yeah, I think that's what they did. I think they're doing it by geography.
Continent.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, there's no way he's beating all these Japanese and Korean players because I've seen Big Left play some of these people, and he's not. I mean, Big Left is good. I'll give him what he deserves. Like, huge left.
I just want like Punk to just come in and slap him.
I know, I do too. I want Punk. I want Deb to come in. I want fucking who's the Faust player? The classic Faust player, Japanese motherfucker.
Nage.
I want Nage to come in and show him why Faust is top tier.
I want Hook and God to come up with his Faust. I love his Faust.
I want low tier God to come in and.
Oh, fucking Zach! I must ask.
Yes, sir.
Have you started the stream at all?
What do you? Yeah, I've started the stream. It's on right now.
Yeah. It's not on your YouTube.
What do you mean it's not on my YouTube? I'm looking at it right now, dude.
I'm sure you are.
It says we have a viewer.
Oh.
All
right, how many?
Oh shit! It is streaming,
oh, no.
but for some reason it's unlisted.
Zach, You better be lucky that you can like fucking make this like public.
Yeah,
as
it's
soon as
public
done.
now. Yeah, it's public now.
Well, like,
It's been recording and everything, but it just
It's
hasn't
fine.
been live.
I'm just making sure you don't fuck this up again. I was gonna let it slide for like the longest. I thought he was gonna fix it eventually.
No,
But-
I
but-
didn't. No, because I was looking at everything and everything says it's streaming. Why would it let
Your
you
smooth
stream
brain,
to?
Zach.
Why would it let you stream to private? That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, so you can show your fucking Patreon members like a stream instead of like fucking.
Oh, like you send them the link.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. We should get a Patreon.
Nah.
Showcast is
We-
making garbage content.
We
for you.
we can't get a Patreon if you're making fuck ups like this. Like I don't know what to make of you.
It's been
right
a very
now.
long time since I've made a fuck up like this.
Wrong.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes, it has. I've been on my fucking A game.
Speaking of fighting games, another fighting game that has gotten an update, surprisingly, actually, is Street Fighter.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
think
people
it's the
thought
last
that Capcom,
update.
like, a lot of people
That was
like,
pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people expected Capcom to just like fuck off and like not care about Street Fighter anymore, but they came back.
Listen,
Which
listen,
makes me believe that like the fighting game market is probably gonna get more than one like fighter pass like from this point on. Like we're not gonna see like another entry into a fighting game for like a while from like all these fighting games of the current decade. Like we're probably gonna keep getting fighter passes.
Well, I know Melty Blood's about to come out. If you give a fuck about that, it's just
Yeah.
but
I just liked it when it
NetherRealms
was.
will probably put some announcement out next year. You know what? It's a great time to be a fighting game fan.
I
Sure,
felt like
for
Mortal Kombat just died way too fast for
Well,
some
no,
reason.
No, it
11
deserved it. It
A lot of
deserved it,
people
though.
really didn't like 11.
So 11
Yeah.
did this thing to where like, oh, it's either like you have an overpowered character that can like stun you a bunch of times, or you grab a lot, and
Yeah.
like there's no in between.
Yeah.
Good old Sonic Fox.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, 11 was pretty rough. It's so rough that people just went back to playing 10.
That's
That's
exactly what happened.
that's actually pretty funny though.
No, it's fucking I mean 10's a great
Well,
game.
Like
Yeah.
that happened with Street Fighter 2. Nobody liked 5, so they went back to 4.
Yeah, and people didn't like 4, so they went back to 3. And now with Guilty Gear, they're going back to XRD and XX. So, I mean, that's just
Oh,
something
yeah.
that happens all the time.
I think. Well, nobody's done that with Tekken.
No, because
Yeah, no
Tekken
one
is
goes
the
back and
same
plays
game
Tekken
every
Tag
time.
Like, there's nothing that significantly changes in Tekken to make somebody go like, I don't like this Tekken.
But
Well,
D-Dub, Rage Art.
Rage Arts, it's a comeback mechanic, D-Dub.
so I've come down to this like theory, not theory, but like this like, if you don't do Rage Arts within like the first like 2 rounds, you're probably facing like an admirable opponent. It depends on like whoever you're facing. Me and my friends like we don't do Rage Arts anymore because like we find it not fun, and sometimes we accidentally do it, but like that's like neither here or
Dude,
there.
I'm
We're
a lucky
gentlemen,
Chloe
we use
low-ass
Rage
Rage Art the
Drive.
fuck out of you, dude.
Do you use Rage Arts?
Sometimes.
Do you
Bruh.
use it as like a get out tool, or like do you think you're gonna like? I mean, what's up?
I use it.
No, at least
I use it as
my
a
characters-
reversal.
My characters don't really have like, well, they don't have a Rage Art or Rage Drive, but like
Yeah, he plays
Rage
the
Art.
2Ds.
I love it. Oh, Raging Demon, like all day,
Gotcha,
every day.
gotcha. So with that being said, Tekken is one of those games that like, if they were, it's besides Tekken 4, which had unleveled playing fields. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but there was like hills and shit, which means that your combos can just drop.
No, I don't remember that.
Who,
Well, I
who the
didn't play
fuck thought
4.
of that?
Yeah, that's a
So
weird idea.
so Harada wanted to be different. Like he was like, oh man, what if I make like unleveled like playing fields, like fucking like you're like going up a ramp and fucking
Oh,
like you gotta.
yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So like that idea didn't sit well with everybody. So after that, like everything was just like the standard, just like level playing field. But like
Yeah, they had a lot of weird
I love Tekken
ideas.
4, though.
They had a lot of weird ideas with stage design in like 4. Like it had like, wasn't there a level? It was like a parking garage and it had like the poles in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's kind of weird. I think 7 really understood how to make the arenas. The arenas feel really nice, and the wall breaks feel really nice for the most part. And
Oh, and they're
I don't have
fucking
anything.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Very,
think
very
I think the stages in Tekken 7 are probably the best in most Tekkens.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I like the overall aesthetic of Tekken 4. That's just me. Like, I
Right.
just grew
It's
up
got
with the
some
game.
banger songs. It's got that
Oh
one
my
Wii
god!
song.
Oh my god! Tekken 4's fucking soundtrack is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Street Fighter, it getting an update, like just like made me like think like, oh fucking, so like does that mean that like Dragon Ball and fucking like Tekken are going to keep getting fucking fighter passes? Like
Well,
we're not going to see Tekken 8.
I
or
think
fucking
Dragon
Fighter
Ball is
Z2?
done.
Well, Dragon Ball's done. I think this is like the last thing they're doing. Street Fighter's done. Street Fighter is so done that they said the last DLC for Street Fighter is basically going to be very important to
The
the
end of
next game.
5.
Yeah, they were like the last DLC for Street Fighter 5 was a new character, and they heavily were like, "Oh, this guy's
Yeah,
the
man, Dan
future
Hibiki.
of the next Street Fighter." And everyone really doesn't like him. His name's Luke, and he's just another blonde boy. And people are very divided.
He's a fighter. No, like you gotta explain what he is. Like,
Yeah, he's like
He's
a boxer.
with like zoning.
Yeah, look, you know what's I fucking hate Street Fighter 5. Cuz I bought Street Fighter 5 like when it came out, you know.
Oh,
And
then it was free.
it didn't have like anything, you know. It had like a really small roster of like not extremely diverse characters. I didn't like how slow it was. I didn't like a lot of the aspects of it. I didn't
They took out like Rainbow Mika's fucking ass slap.
Yeah, they took out her ass slap for esports, you know, and then most of the roster is DLC, unless you'd like buy the new one and everything. But it feels like with these last couple DLCs, starting with like Rose, that they like started to understand how to make the game, and then they added V reversal as like a good defensive thing. Like fucking finally, Jesus Christ! Like it took you up to the last season of Street Fighter to fucking put that in.
I don't think a lot of people use V shift.
You don't think so?
I think they kind of do, but like they just like kind of utilize it just to get more like
people barely even
V-skill
use
meter.
V triggers.
Yeah, they would rather use
it's a
V
weird-
triggers.
I think the last couple of Street Fighters have just had weird meter mechanics. I wish they would kind of like just like do something a
Street
little more
Fighter 4 is good.
utilitarian. What was
I
Street
will
Fighter
say,
4's
though,
meter again? I forgot.
It was just regular meter. It was like a super.
Well, they had like another
meter.
thing, didn't they?
No, they had that weird one like at the end where it was like you can do like your special or like you could do like your cinematic.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a different super because you had like
Yeah,
three
you
variants.
can like pick. You can pick a variant super. That's what it was.
But other than that, like Akuma's meter in Tekken is pretty much how 4 was.
Just make Third Strike again. Is it that fucking hard?
Nah, you just like
no
the
one wants to do
fucking
pixel
theme.
art.
I like
You just
Third
like the
Strike.
theme.
I like the
No one
mechanics
likes
in Third
pixel-
Strike. Yeah, I
No
mean
one
they
likes
can still
pixel
keep
art
it in. They
anymore.
can keep it in 3D. I just want the mechanics of Third Strike.
Okay, that's fine.
I like
Yeah.
how Third Strike plays. I think it has like a nice little fast pace. I think most people say Third Strike doesn't play like a Street Fighter game, and I guess that's fair.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah,
I guess you could say it hits different.
this shit hit
Yeah.
different. These last couple of Street Fighter 5 DLCs, like Oro and Rose,
Akira.
and Akira's cool. Like they've all been really excited. Their gameplay looks really cool, which is more than I can say
They should
for
just
some
bring
of the
back
characters.
rival schools.
I would love them to bring back Rival Schools. Rival Schools is a cool game. It has. I've seen it for a little bit. They have 2 of them, and they like. I don't think the second one even came out in America.
Yeah.
I think it's like part like simulation, like high school sim game, and then part fighting game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, and I mean, people are always begging for more single player content in fighting games. Like, there you fucking go.
Man, you know what else people are begging for, dude?
What?
To go outside again. So this segues into concerts being back, right, Zach?
Yes.
I'm not sure how much you've been paying attention to this, right?
Right.
But so Delta variant, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
People are still going outside. People are going to stadiums again. Fucking people are going to concerts. A majority are vaccinated, which is pretty cool. But I would
Yes.
say like a good 40% still ain't, and that
Probably
forty
more.
percent is still fucking like fucking up everything.
Yeah, big time.
And now
But-
the virus is mutated.
Yeah.
Yeah, like now we got Delta Pro. So like fucking, fucking we're but that doesn't even like go into like my concerts fucking rant. That's so like how everybody was saying like the past like year. Bro, when we're out of quarantine, man, I can't wait to go to a concert again. Like I can't wait to like do all this shit.
Right.
So they now have the liberty to do that now, right?
Right.
And they go to a concert and they don't have the energy for a concert. They don't they don't get excited for a concert. So what I'm explaining to you is imagine a set, right? Imagine like a person performing and nobody reacting.
That sucks. That's boring.
Pretty
Yeah.
pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
So at Rolling Loud, a bunch of people performed. The only people that like got hyped was like fucking like Travis Scott because he's like a last performer. But like that's expected. Like everybody knows like Travis Scott. That's probably what they came there for.
Right.
But
Right. He's a headliner.
Throughout the entire set of like Rolling Loud, nobody else was like getting like fucking the whole set was dead until Travis came in. And like that made me look at that shit. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? What's going on here? What is it? It's Don Toliver, fucking like a guy who I've been listening to like for like over a year now. Like he's like you know Don Toliver, fucking the Akon guy. He performed and like he got like nothing, even though he had like songs that was like banging throughout the entire summer. Like nobody was just like feeling him that entire time. And then we have the baby. Now, the baby, I mean like people fuck with the baby. People know what he's about. Very violent guy. However, he's very, very vocally homophobic. And that is something that you're not supposed to do in today's time.
Right.
Like, I mean, it was cool back then, and you can still be vocally fucking homophobic, but not in a public eye. So when he does this, everybody catches wind, and they're like, "Oh shit, the fucking the baby is that homophobic? Oh no, man, let's go ahead and take him off of everything." So the baby is essentially canceled, right? He has some voice concerns about like the LGBT community and fucking like yeah, no, I ain't when fuck gay people and shit like that. I don't think it was anything centered towards Lil Nas X, but there was something that was centered towards Lil Nas X, and that was Lil Boosie. Now, are you aware of a rapper named Lil Boosie's?
I am aware of
yeah,
a rapper named Lil
I've heard of
Boosie.
So Lil Boosie, for context, Lil Nas X released a new music video,
Mm-hmm.
and the music video is actually pretty tame. It's actually like pretty straightforward. It's just like a gay guy going to gay jail, whatever.
He goes to Gay Baby Joe.
And there's just a scene where there's just a bunch of gay guys dancing in unison, and they're like naked, and it's pixelated, but obviously they're not really naked, like fucking like that's just all for show.
Right.
But a lot of people saw that and they're like, "What, man? This is the gayest video of all time. I can't believe this. Why will Lil Nas X do this to me? I am a straight man."
Right.
Like fucking like, and it's one of those things to where I'm like, are you guys like reaching? Like, are you guys like to just say you're fucking homophobic? Like fucking like I don't understand what's going on here. A lot of like public opinion and like adults these days are like being very weird, and fucking like I thought we were like out of this like whole hey, you can't do that fucking type shit when we're in fucking 2021.
Yeah.
How do you feel about both cases where people going to Rolling Loud and not getting hype, and well let me reword that. People going to concerts and not enjoying themselves, and people being vocally homophobic and being famous at the same time.
Okay, well, let's start with number one. Everyone's been in lockdown forever, just begging to go fucking outside. And then you get to go outside, and you're just bummed as fuck. Like, that makes no fucking sense, you know? If you're gonna go to a concert, you gotta get hyped.
It's a must.
Yeah, you can just go listen to music in your fucking room and be bored and upset about it, you know? But if you're going out, you know, you gotta enjoy that shit. You gotta get hyped as fuck. If I'm out seeing a concert, I'm gonna be jumping around and screaming and having a great old time, and you can't fucking stop me. And for the second one, who the fuck cares? You know, like, let people do whatever the fuck they want. Who cares? Why is Lil Nas X always getting like beat up by people?
He's super good. He's super good at marketing, dude. Like,
he's too good.
He's so smart with this shit. Like, this is like reminding me of like old Tyler getting like old people mad about like the fucking like, oh man, fucking God can suck my dick.
Yeah.
But this time he's making the people that like are like visibly upset by it even more upset, which is just as good.
So good.
No, he's
fucking,
doing
like,
a really good job.
They're literally playing into his hands, and like they're like puppets to the point to where like they're accepting of being puppets. They're like, man, yeah, fuck yeah, man. But he put this gay shit out. I hate it. But
Yeah.
like you
Give me this food, I'm gonna lick it.
Yeah, it's fucking easy bait, honestly. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, you're gonna hate this one.
very easy bait. That all considered, we do have another musician that's also doing a little trolling. And
A little tomfoolery.
it's time for our yearly Kanye bit.
Woo! Okay, so, you know, I've been through the ringer with Kanye. I remember The Life of Pablo drop vividly, you know? So, my rule of thumb with Kanye is that I don't pay attention to him until I see the goddamn album in my Spotify, you know? So, I really haven't been keeping up with too much of this because everyone's just like, oh, the album's coming out now. The album's coming out in 2 days. The album's coming out in a week. The album's coming out tomorrow. The album should have came out a year ago.
I'm still waiting for TurboGrafx 16.
I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for Yandhi. There's a bunch of shit. Like, I'm always like, I don't believe anything I hear about Kanye West or an album until I see it on my Spotify. And they say this Donna album, which has also been in the works for a long time, has been mentioned for a long time, is said to be coming out. I don't see it in my Spotify. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. It's not coming out until it's out.
Let me go ahead and break down the lore.
I've seen little bits and pieces. I've seen this man locked in a room. I've seen him being risen up to heaven. And that's all. I think I saw him in a funny mask at some point in a weird like spiky jacket.
The story of Donda. Donda is obviously his mom. Like fucking,
Yes.
the album is like a tone to his mom.
Yes.
So that's fine. That's cool. The album also has 24 tracks on it, which is like
a lot.
Like, god damn. Like you better hope. Fucking like
You know what other album had that many tracks? Life of Pablo, which also had so many fucking delays.
Life of Pablo didn't have like fucking that many tracks. It was like 18.
It had a lot, and I think that's the most tracks he's had.
I think you're calling that
album.
a lot because you're used to albums having like 11 songs now.
Well,
Kanye's
been having albums with like 7 songs recently. Plus, he
that was
also
only one album.
I mean, Kitsy Ghost.
Oh, never mind.
And then he produced three more albums. Yeah. Okay. And they were all 7. Okay. And he also says he's making a new Kids See Ghost album. And he also said he's making a new Kids See Ghost animated feature.
See, like, I don't believe those until those are out. But
well, he did. Like, there was a teaser for the animated feature. It was like a 30-second teaser. And he's not making it. So it probably will come out.
He probably gave it to some Japanese guys.
He gave it to the Japanese guy, you know.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So that one probably will happen. But Kitsy Ghost album, who fucking knows? Donna album, you know, it's been messy.
So Donda fucking okay, so he's had concerts, listening parties even of like everybody listening to like that. The album can be leaked right now of just a concert, fucking like audio and like that. I'm sure that'll get people over.
That happened with Life of Pablo too. He had that big thing in Madison Square Garden.
Who is that? The one that leaked, or was that Yeezus?
That was Yeezus. This one didn't leak. This was an official like stream, and it was during his like fashion show, the one that Lil Boat was in before he was Lil Boat. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, and he only played like half the album because it wasn't fucking done yet.
So, my question to you is this: how is Kanye the only artist that can like fuck with a label so hard at like at like a release date? Is it his label? Is that why he's allowed to do this? Or like,
yeah, it is his label.
It's with Def Jam though, so like that's why I'm like confused. Like, is he like fucking Def Jam in the ass? Like fucking like I don't.
I think Kanye just has a lot of leniency because he's Kanye and like he makes the money and he is worth the putting up with, you know. Like he's going to he's obviously hasn't done anything and everyone's paying attention to him, which is classic Kanye, you know? Like he doesn't have to even drop something for people to be fucking with him so hard.
Yes. And I believe that like so you guys know how like fucking standard albums drop. Like they're already fucking done.
Yeah.
And then like you just give it to the label and they do all the promotion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye does the opposite. He has the shit on like a flash drive and he walks around with it and tells people that like, yeah, it's about to drop. And then fucking all these outlets are fucking like,
well,
like
Kanye,
all right, so like
Kanye truly is an artist, and he takes what he makes very personally, and so he keeps it, you know. And he's been on this rant for the past year or so. He was talking about it on Joe Rogan when he was on there about a year ago about how these record labels keep the masters and they keep the money. And so nowadays he's really on some shit about keeping his masters and keeping the rights to his music. So I understand that he doesn't want to give that up.
This is the first time I've ever seen like, okay, so like there is a physical release date, right? It's on the 15th.
Is
now,
there?
This is
I don't fucking know
it was on the 8th, and I only know this because Apple Music had it set. Like the album is on Apple Music right now. You can pre-order that shit, and you can pre-order it. And that's the first time I've ever seen Apple Music move a date. Like fucking like this shit is blowing my mind.
Yeah, no, it's fucked. I remember like no one even knew when Life of Pablo was gonna come out after it missed its initial release. And then like he went on SNL to do a performance, and at the end of SNL he just like really spastically went like, Life of Pablo, oh no! Ah! And that was the announcement that Life of Pablo was out. And then it was just out, and that's just what he fucking does. That's what Kanye fucking does.
Like,
what is this shit with him locked in a room? Is he locked in a room? Is he okay?
It takes a while for streaming services to even fucking upload that shit. Does he have to give the shit to them? Like what the?
No, yeah,
what's going on?
we recently dropped a song on Spotify, Wink Wink Nudge Nudge, and that shit took like 5 days to just like authenticate, you know? That's just Spotify.
Yeah, like there's no way like a guy can like just smooth drop something as soon as he says drop it.
No,
like,
because they have to check everything and they have to make sure that the sound quality is good. I mean, it's probably going to be good because it's like professionally mastered and everything, but they got to set it up on his page. They got to promote it. They're obviously going to promote the shit out of it.
Check out this link, please. Check out this link and you will see how baffled I am because like there's tracks that got stars on them. And like none of these are
rating
numbered.
them.
Fucking like I don't know what the fuck. And like the shit has like a fucking now it's the 13th. Fucking like they made it sooner. I don't know what the fuck.
What the fuck, dude? It has the features on here. It's got The Weeknd and Little Baby.
I'm so confused. I've never seen anything like this.
Now, he put out an ad with a song, and it had that Olympic runner who got suspended for smoking weed. It had her in it. And it was a Beats commercial. Did you see that?
I have seen that.
Yeah, and I think that was the first thing I saw that made me actually believe that there was an album coming because it had a commercial with Beats and that girl, you know? And like actual music in the background. So I believe it's coming now. When it comes, I don't fucking know. Why is he in the room? What room is he in?
Okay, you want to talk about this stream so bad.
I want to talk about. I'm so confused about it because I really haven't been following it. But I've just seen pictures of him locked in a room
the
with
stream
someone.
was like fucking. It was supposed to be a 24-hour stream, and at the end of the stream, the album was supposed to drop.
That
Then
didn't
Kanye was like, "Yeah, nah, never mind." That's literally it. Fucking Yachty was there. Fucking random celebrities started popping up.
That's awesome. I don't know why he does this.
So my question to you is: do you think the album is finished? And
No.
if so, do you think? Do you think it's like unfinished to the point to where like he's still expecting features to come from people, or like is he mastering it? What do you think it is?
The only thing we have to go on, because honestly, this is Schrodinger's cat. Like, we can't see what's happening, so it's in a perpetual state of both being done and not being done, just because we have no idea until it releases anything going on with this. But what we do have to go off of is the most similar Kanye released to this whole situation, which was Life of Pablo. And Life of Pablo, it came out with delays. He claimed at one point that he took Waves off, and then Chance the Rapper wanted him to put Waves back on. Bam, another week. You know?
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
You remember when Kendrick Lamar was on fucking like one of the he was on Waves, I believe. Fucking no, it wasn't on Waves. It was Ultralight Beam.
Yeah,
Kendrick Lamar was
there was
originally,
a bunch of stuff being rewritten, and some stuff came out as singles. Some stuff was shown at the live stream event, and then when the album came out, he said, "Fuck it, I fucked up on some stuff," and then he remastered it on the fly, and then he added songs to it. You know, so like even whenever he released it, it wasn't fucking done yet. You know, we could probably see a similar thing happen with this album. Like after Life of Pablo, he released, you know, like a couple more albums, and they went by pretty smoothly, surprisingly. You know, whenever he said he was going to master and make 5 albums coming out weekly, I was like, bullshit. But he did that, and I was surprised he did that. He probably did that because 3 of them weren't his, you know, and so he had to actually do something for other people who had all their shit put together.
yeah.
But, I really don't know what to think about this album. I mean, it's going to come out eventually. Whether or not it's coming out on the 13th or the 15th or this month or next month or maybe not even this fucking year. Who fucking knows?
Ever since I saw Kanye crying his eyes out about I was about to kill my child during his fucking presidential fucking debates, I was like, you know what?
Kanye
like,
is probably at the most disgruntled and mentally unstable he's ever been, which is saying something because he's been recently divorced. This is going to be the first album after his divorce, and now he's like extremely religious. He's always been religious, but now he's really on his shit. He's going on Joe Rogan talking about how he wants to make a whole college for music that's like energy sustainable and all these huge fucking projects out of nowhere that he just wants to do all of a sudden. He went on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan didn't talk for 40 minutes because Kanye just kept going and going, talking about all his plans for the future, how he's trying to revolutionize the music industry on how it handles its artists and handles the money.
Recent?
No, it was last year. It was late last year that this happened, and I mean, I guess he was just in the area and wanted to be on there and talk, and he just talked and talked and talked. It was before him and Kim even got divorced, you know. And he's got kids, and now he's in a recent divorce, and now he's like talking about his mom again that died like a decade ago. And do you remember when he was going to release a video game about his mom going to heaven?
I do remember
And
that.
he
It was
had
gonna be
a
8-bit.
commercial. He had like a commercial and everything for it, like a teaser.
Shit,
I
it's
didn't
crazy.
know that.
Yeah, no, like he does all this shit all the time. He's like me. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I have this big project plan, and then nothing happens.
But like he's the rich version of that. Like he's the person that is actually doing it.
Yeah, like he can start
funding
funding
it. Like that shit is so weird. I've never seen like ADHD with a rich person. Like that shit.
I
is so
know.
fucking
Yeah, that's
weird.
the weirdest part. Is like he can like fund all of his fantasies, whether or not they actually make something. when they do make something, it's usually like a bullseye right in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta say, his last album wasn't his best. It had a lot of songs I did not like. It had a lot of songs I fucking actually despised and think they're really bad. But it had songs on there I do like, you know? So musically...
Oh, on Yay?
No, on
Jesus is King?
Jesus is King. No, I like Ye. I think Ye is really
Yeah,
good.
that was a gospel album, but I didn't like that at all.
I didn't like Jesus is King. It had that stupid fucking Closed on Sunday song. That was fucking
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. But it had really good songs. Everything We Need was a banger. I liked Everything We Need. I liked Water, you know. So musically coming into this project, I have no idea what to expect. I don't even know if I can expect it to be good, honestly. I think it will. The last thing he released was the single with Travis Scott in 2020, Wash Us in the Blood, which I did like. I thought that was really good. And I was like, oh man, he's going to drop stuff.
To say? A lot of shit that we've been wanting is going to drop as soon as Kanye's dead.
That's fucking morbid, man.
It's not morbid. Fucking, it's not.
It's Kanye.
That's literally how it's gonna be. Fucking
dude, do you know
Kanye
how many
is
like
gonna
projects he probably just has in a hard drive that he just didn't do anything with?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna get like the unreleased versions. We're gonna get fucking a bunch of fucking like
yeah, it's probably
people
like
who are dead now. Fucking like audio tracks from them.
Yeah,
fucking, like that's. It's gonna
he probably just has like a fucking terabyte of music that just he's been sleeping on since like 2008. You know.
It's gonna be fucking good. He probably has a track with Michael Jackson that he has not talked about. Like fucking like, I feel like there's so much.
There's
Just
no
like
way.
that like
That
has to
fucking
be.
crazy. I don't. He probably has like a whole album with Kid Cudi he's never dropped.
Oh my god, bro, man, look, we should ask other artists fucking what Kanye has done with them, so we can know what all. We should make a list of all the unreleased shit.
Kanye will kill those artists if they snitch.
He did a fucking single with, like, David Bowie.
That would be crazy. Who fucking knows what Kanye
Oh
did?
my god.
But this album's never coming out.
All right. That's how we.
I believe it.
Okay, bye.